We're at overtime. OT, baby. I'm going to start off with Barbecue Mike.
Nice.
34. And I actually mentioned his question at the end of the TV version of us. Harris, where can we get a copy of the report? You've read more of it, and it's online on foxnews.com and foxbusiness.com. And I should go there and see if they have it in red or bold. So I'll do that in a minute and tell you. But
it's right below the headline. You just click right on it.
And you click
talking about the report. Yeah, it's right there. It says full report right here.
So,
you click through. I tweeted it out. A lot of people are tweeting the link to it.
I'll retweet your tweet.
It's readily available. Read it for yourself. Decide for yourself.
The man who's read so much of it, besides our own Brett Baer, who's now sending little nuggets for all of us, is Pete Snyder. What stands out?
A handful of things. I mean, the one thing that really leapt out to me is the costume changes that went on. The fact that, think about how long it takes to get ready for this show. Imagine if you were a rescue squad being sent in and how many hours that would eat up of you getting on and off planes because politicians in Washington, D.C. wanted you to change your outfit because of the sensitivities of the people on the ground. I mean, that floored me. The piece about one of our key military leaders missing the conference call because of the party that they were having at their house.
Yeah, I mean, that was the vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He normally would have participated, but he, according to some of the nuggets that I'm seeing, and I know you read about it, because he was hosting a dinner party at a...
The rosé was getting a little warm, and he needed to make sure that everything is being taken care of there.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's the idea, and it was some of those emails that we heard from Adam Hasley, the idea that we are learning that they were sitting around and having this meeting where 5 out of 10 of the action items were about, messaging around the movie, when so many of our men and women that were in the field there had called and asked for reinforcement. These are very brave people, obviously, who have looked down the barrel of the worst situations. And when they're calling home and saying, we are not safe, we need more help, we need more weapons, we need to leave.
And knowing military assets were at the ready and not deployed for them.
Can I make a recommendation to the Donald? This thing's 800 pages long. A lot of people aren't going to read 800 pages. They're not going to do it. Politically, take a few. Pete read it already in about 3 seconds. But no, take a few of these nuggets that really stand out and stick it in a video and circulate it, because it's kind of like when it reminds me of when Republicans put up these bills, and they're great, these jobs bills, and they're like 600 pages long and nobody reads them. Break it down simply. People are busy. They're trying to put food on the table. They're trying to figure out how to pay their bills. Not everybody's going to have time. Yeah. Not everybody does this for a living and is going to be able to sit and read 800 pages. But if you want to make your point, you got to be succinct and you got to be quick. And there's a way to do that really simply and let people know that there was a lot of deceit going on here.
So what you're talking about is some criticism that many people have made about the Republican Party in general on this issue and so many, that there's not one cohesive drill-down message that everybody can jump on. Because what you're mentioning is something that we saw Newt Gingrich do on his Facebook page. Yeah. He does these things live every day, and he gets on and he talks messaging. I mean, if Republicans did that on this one issue, I wonder, along with the untrustworthiness for Hillary Clinton, if you would see, some kind of political gain for them.
Yes.
Well, I think you absolutely would. The problem is no one's in charge, right? The Trump
campaign. What do you mean nobody's in charge? It's not Paul Ryan?
Think about this. Reince Priebus is certainly not in charge of. Is not in charge of the Benghazi committee, and the Benghazi committee. I think people got in trouble when they stepped on their message earlier. I mean, look at what happened to McCarthy, right? He went out there and directly linked this to politics and blew up his chance to be Speaker of the House. So I think people are very wary of this particular issue and taking the lead on the political messaging of it on the Republican side.
Yeah, but they do it with everything
on Facebook Live right now. You watching that, Miss?
Yes, I am. I love the shout-outs from all the places in the country that our viewers are tuning in from. This is the online version. You're wearing cowboy boots today, and I'm trying to think. We've got a couple One Lucky Guys that wear
those are
cowboy
nice.
Boots.
Thank you.
John Rich.
John
Rich wore them.
So Geraldo on occasion wear them.
Geraldo has worn them before.
Yeah. Always
got a little close up on that. All right. Jedediah shoes.
A lot of miles on these ones.
Jedediah,
they're well loved.
Oh, there you are. I'm seeing you on Facebook Live right now. Stephen Groovy Hampton says, "Where's Jed?" He calls you Jed.
Oh, nice.
Where's Jed's accent from?
Brooklyn.
I can hear it when she gets mad, baby.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn, New York, baby.
Were you mad? Yeah,
Hillary gets me pretty mad.
Yeah. Oh, like how you ended the last segment with, it might make her look human.
And then I threw in a sorry, but I didn't actually mean I was sorry. I meant like sorry,
not sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, all right.
Brooklyn, we keep it.
Yeah, people wanted to know. I just,
people ask me that a lot.
My job to ask the question.
They're like, what happens to you when you get mad? And I'm like, oh, that's the Brooklyn. Don't worry about it. And the gestures. People make videos of me doing this all the time, and I know it's distracting, but that's how we talk. That's how Italians talk.
Wow. She's having a whole conversation with yourself.
I've never
We're not even here anymore. We're going to probably do overtime by yourself next time. You just kind of go into the whole...
You all right, Jed? I'm going to call you Jed now.
Call me Jed.
All right,
I get Jed, I get JD.
That's a behind-the-scenes Jedediah Bila.
I know.
That's it.
Well, you get to know us.
It's true.
That's what Outnumbered Overtime is really all about.
It really is. We kind of let down the guard, and there you go.
So you got feisty today.
I did.
Miss Francis.
I always feisty.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I mean, the lying drives me crazy because my kids aren't allowed to lie, so it's just you're sort
so
of
you don't like that in a presidential
You're kind of
candidate?
always trying to drive that home, and like if
do you
make
feel
a
like somebody's
decision,
doing that?
stand behind it. Yeah, I mean, like Hillary Clinton, she every time she opens her mouth, she's lying. And what gets me is like what you said. You get the sense that it just doesn't bother her.
Yeah.
She's like, I've been putting a lot of thought into why people don't trust me, and it bothers me, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, no, it doesn't bother you, and you're not trying to figure it out. We all know why. You lie all the time. It means nothing to you. It doesn't bother you in the slightest, and that's really upsetting. I mean, it's one thing when she's lying about having sold America, for her own hundreds of millions of dollars, and I don't know how much money that family needs. It's an obscene amount, but it's another thing when she's lying about the events that took place that cost people their lives.
Yeah, and remember,
I mean, that's really something when she's outright lying about the movie, and then you come and you say, well, wait a second, here's all this evidence. We have the intercepted messages, we have your emails that prove that you were telling Chelsea one thing and you were telling the Egyptians another thing, and you continue to lie. So instead of saying we told a different story for a reason, instead she says, well, it was the fog of war, and a lie on top of a lie. Why?
I have a question. Department of State, did they give Chelsea Clinton a clearance if she was getting some of these emails about?
Right. Oh, that's a great question.
It just dawned on me.
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. I don't know.
So can we talk running mates for a second with you, Pete? Because I want to get your take.
Feel the burn.
After we saw Hillary Clinton and Elizabeth Warren give a speech together yesterday, and she's campaigning with her. Obviously, there's speculation she's going to go that route. So either tell me who it might be for Hillary or Donald Trump, because I mean this is water cooler conversation now.
There is no way that Hillary Clinton's going to pick Elizabeth Warren.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Do you think she wants to deal with that in the White House every single day? I mean, this is the Clintons getting back to being in charge and having things their way.
What would she be dealing with? Someone who's oppositional from her, I would imagine.
Someone who actually has their own ideas and actually has probably some ethics.
And quite frankly, Warren doesn't like her very much.
Well, that's exactly it. So imagine dealing with that.
The book, and she mentioned her in the book. I haven't read her book.
Oh, yeah. Well, come on. As I said yesterday, Hillary Clinton stands for everything Elizabeth Warren preaches against. Big banks, Wall Street. Okay, fine. Donald Trump, then. Who's he going to pick? Who do you hope he picks?
I hope he picks a governor. I hope he picks a Republican governor. I think we have, take Rick Scott in Florida. I think would be good to try to put that state in some sort of play. That's not a name that you hear a lot. I like Mitch Daniels, former governor, now Purdue University president. Someone with a little bit of gravitas who actually has been vetted. I don't like having him, go outside of the mainstream on this one.
What do you think about Newt Gingrich?
I love Newt Gingrich. I think he is an ideas factory, but the two of those two on their own, I mean, no. Absolutely not.
You don't think
you want to
so?
talk about a campaign that will get off track very instantly?
Well, he's already given us some hints, right? That it's going to be a younger choice, and to balance out, I suppose.
And somebody in government.
And somebody who has experience in office.
They polled it recently, and they found that the only person that helped, I can't remember which poll it was, but the only person that helped him was actually Little Marco, who he's not going to pick. I call him Little Marco now. I just took I fancy it.
You use the hands as well for that?
I do. I use the hands. And then for Hillary, it was Bernie Sanders, and I've been telling her to feel the burn. She doesn't want to feel the burn, but I'm telling you, man, you got to feel the burn if you want to win, but You heard it here first.
Interesting. We got people watching us from Bend, Oregon, all over the place. It's kind of fun, right?
I love the shout-outs. Keep them coming.
Yeah, and thanks for joining us, people. We appreciate your liveliness on the live chat. Lots of people on today. Pete Snyder, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
See you tomorrow.